We enjoy boating, we enjoy paddling, and we enjoy cycling and hiking on the dike and what have you. And it just suddenly clicked like that, and it's a change in lifestyle.
Hello everybody, I'm Chris Donnell with Remax West Coast of the Donnell Real Estate Group, and I've got our client Richard Nash here, who is a owner of this amazing float home that we have listed at 750 South Dyke Road in Queensboro, unit number 6. Today, Richard, we wanted to speak to you about what it's like living on a float home. You guys have been living here for some time now. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what it's like and what prompted you to purchase a float home and live on a float home?
Gosh, I could speak for hours on that, Chris. We come from a different part of the world. You can tell from the accent. And so we spent the first 10 years in the lower mainland enjoying life down here. We lived down in Steveston. It was a beautiful place. And then one day we were down in the Canoe Pass area, down in Ladner, and saw float homes. And it was the weirdest thing, these full homes just floating on the river. So the first thing we thought was, well, that's just odd. But about 20 seconds later, we went, oh man, that's cool. We enjoy boating, we enjoy paddling, and we enjoy cycling and hiking on the dike and what have you. And it just suddenly clicked like that, and it's a change in lifestyle. All of a sudden we went from more of an urban setting to, man, now we're Canadian, because it's everything that you can ever think of about Canada. You know, the beavers, the geese, the ducks, the everything is available when you're on a float home. Not just available, it's on your doorstep.
So as a owner and builder of this float home, because you guys did design and build this, what made you guys pick this marina here?
You know, my wife especially. I mean, I love the fact that we have an uninterrupted view of the river. A lot of the communities, they're more village-like, and it's only the properties on the outside that get this uninterrupted view. This is pretty much, well, in fact it is, it's the only float home stratified marina where every single float home has nothing in front of it except river and view and the wildlife and everything that we love. So rather than dilute that experience, we really wanted somewhere where we had the full experience every day.
And I can attest to that. The view here is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, what makes living on a float home special to you, Richard? To you and Lucy?
Well, it is the lifestyle. It's so easy to get out, to go for a walk, to go biking, but most importantly, you're on the river. So if you have any desire to be on the water, gosh, it's right here. You know, just drop the canoe or the kayak in and away we go. Once we got here, what we really appreciated even more is the wildlife. It's that Canadian experience that I was talking about. You know, the geese, the ducks, the beaver. We occasionally even see river otter here. We've got bald eagles that nest right opposite us. You're surrounded by it. Hummingbirds, I know the list goes on and on and on. It's truly just a remarkable, beautiful place and lifestyle.
And based on that lifestyle, I know we talked about this before, but you guys lived and visited other float homes prior to building your own float home, and which you've really designed to your guys' personal needs and the way you guys want to be on the water. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and how you designed this actual float home?
Sure. Let's start from the base up. You know, all of the more modern float homes are built at an outfit called IMFS, International Marine Flotation Systems, and they really are the godfathers of the new age of float homes. They're almost like traditional houses, but built on an indestructible and unsinkable float. So it really captured our imagination, because then you can do whatever design you like. So we spent, as you said, this, gosh, it was about 2.5 years, staying on other float homes, visiting folks, learning what their experience was, and drawing from those experiences to build this place. So there's a focus on the balance of where the weight is, what's the overall weight, making sure that we don't have one of those float homes that's only this much out of the water. We wanted it to float as it should, with at least 18 inches of freeboard. We wanted it to be cool, not cool as in cool looking, but not hot. So we lent on our experience of living in southern Africa where it gets hot, and built it so that it has lots of through flow of air. So on a day like today, when gosh, it's beautiful and sunny, but a lot of houses can be really quite warm. This one is always cool. There's always that sea breeze, just gently blowing through the house. But in winter, we wanted it to be lovely and warm, so it's got underfloor heating. And then the most recent part that we added to it was wanting to be even more energy efficient and putting in solar power. So it's now designed in a way that in a year, it doesn't draw any electricity at all. Net between the solar and how much we use, it's going to be an absolute wash. So yeah, really had fun designing it.
Well, it's an absolutely beautiful design and one of the nicest ones here in the marina. Now, unfortunately, you guys have plans have changed. You guys are retiring. This is why you're moving out of the community. What could you possibly say to the future owner of your home, purchasing your home, and maybe what's going to grasp their attention to want to live here and want to maybe build a family here?
I guess all I can say is anybody who is in a similar situation to us, in as much as you have an outdoor lifestyle, you really want to be immersed in the Canadian experience. You have a love for wildlife. But I'll tell you the piece that we haven't talked about is anybody who feels like life is getting on top of them and things at work, for example, can be stressful. You come down the ramp and it's like the world just lifts off your shoulders. The moment you come home, I wouldn't say you're on holiday because you live here. It's a 365-day-a-year experience, but it is so relaxed. It's quiet. You're in nature. You're in your own world, and the outside world, the hustle and bustle, just isn't allowed in. It's that's what I would say.
Well, I absolutely agree with you, Richard. And where else in the Lower Mainland are you going to be able to live on the water for under $1 million here?
Absolutely nowhere. It's crazy. We were looking around, and when we were thinking of the next chapter in our lives, taking a look at property, and certainly it's an amazing value for money. For anyone who's looking for that lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Richard, for taking the time and meeting with me today and talking a little bit about the lifestyle of living on a float home. And if you would like a tour of this gorgeous home, reach out to us at 604-961-5860, and we'll be happy to show you and happy to give you guys some information. So thanks again, Richard. Appreciate your time.
Thanks, Chris.